Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe and another video for the Walking Dead Dead City. We are back with some preview images, some preview photos for the upcoming season of the Walking Dead Dead City. And yeah, we got a lot of them here. A lot of them released yesterday. I was very, very excited to see that, of course. And we're like 5 days away, y'all. So like we're basically back with the Walking Dead universe, I would like to say. And I'm so happy, man. I couldn't tell you how happy I am, especially that it's this show. This has been the most impressive spin-off show Walking Dead has provided, in my opinion, so I'm very, very excited to see how they do this one and how season 2 goes. Well, yeah, without further ado, let's go into our new preview images, and then we'll give our thoughts afterwards. Alright, so we have some new images for the Walking Dead Dead City Season 2. Very, very excited to go over these. Now, in terms of some of the images we have, a lot of these seem like they're from episode 1, but there are other images that kind of feel like they're from later on, so it's kind of hard to, indicate for sure. But here we go with the first one. We got Negan here in the woods. This is like a very classic Walking Dead vibe to this, just kind of out in the wilderness, you know what I mean? Negan with the leather jacket and stuff like that. Looks pretty cool. We got Maggie with Pearlie Armstrong here. We got some people in the back. This is definitely at New Babylon, and they're getting ready for their travels, probably to New York. That's really cool. I like seeing these two interact. That's going to be cool. We have the Dama here in some kind of office of hers. Man, I know we skipped a year, but she looks a hell of a lot older in season 2 compared to season 1. Like, they're making her look like a friggin' like monster or something. Like that. She looks like an old witch, like from an old like tale or something. You know what I mean? I don't know why. She looks crazy. Now here we got some walkers in armor. That looks really cool. I like the knives and stuff like that through the mouth. That's really cool, actually. We got Hershel. Now, I'm kind of surprised about this. I feel like we're probably going to get some flashbacks of him being captured because that's the same outfit, and we see him here in the chair, and it literally looks like the room that the Croat had him in. So what I'm assuming is that we'll probably get flashbacks to what happened to him when he was captured and what the Dama did to him, which I'm all up for because that is something I want to get some context on. So I am super down for that. Maybe like a Hershel-led episode with current day stuff and then flashback stuff of him when he was captured. That could be pretty cool. And we have 8 episodes this season, so I'd be down to see an episode like that. The only thing I hope for is that he's not captured again. That's the only thing. I'm hoping this is a flashback, not a, just a redo of what happened. Now here is Negan and Croat going through. They're like getting out of a car and stuff like that. Best buddies, right? Here is Maggie and Jenny. They're kind of helping each other out in a fight in New Babylon, so that's pretty interesting there. We got Jenny here kind of just, helping out. I hope she speaks this season, man, I tell you. Here is a new character of New Babylon. I don't know this actor. I know some people have been freaking out about him. I am not aware of who this guy is, but apparently he's a big actor. Is he the leader of New Babylon? It almost gives me the vibe that he is, but again, we'll have to see. It's a really tough thing to say. Now, here is Colonel Lucia, as we can see her here. She looks pretty confident in whatever's going on. She's watching the fight go down. This is them definitely proving themselves, you know what I mean? And this will probably be in the first episode. Here is this dude. I like the scar on his face. Yeah, that looks pretty intense. There's that other guy in the background there. He's the guy looks like Milton. You guys remember Milton from season 3 of the original show. Here is the crew here. Yeah, this is all New Babylon. New Babylon seems to be very big in 201. Like, they're going to be a pretty big group from the looks of it. So, here is the girl that we saw from the ending of season 1 where she was kind of interrogating, Pearlie about what he did. So we're going to see more of her as well, too. I'm curious to see what that, is all about. Here is the Croat and Negan. I don't know necessarily where they are. Like, I'm not sure what's going on there, but Negan looks really darn happy. I know that for sure. So, yeah, we'll see what's going on there. We got Pearlie Armstrong here. We got the rest of them kind of standing here with New Babylon. We got Maggie and Jenny probably standing there, be given orders and stuff like that from New Babylon to, prove themselves or whatever they got to do. Here, they all are kind of standing here. And we got Jenny there, Hershel, Maggie, and there is Maggie and Hershel walking out of the bricks based off of the looks of things. We got a few other images here. We got one of Negan where he is pointing the bat at somebody and electrocuting them, as we know from the trailer. Here is Maggie looking rather upset, of course, per usual with her, really. Not much happiness for that one, I gotta say. I'm very curious to see what it's going to be like to see her working with New Babylon and whether or not they will come with. I feel like a lot of them will, but again, we'll see. Here is, I think we've seen this one before. This is a Bruegel kind of standing there and stuff. Very interesting. Negan kind of giving some orders here as well, too. And yeah, so we got a new one here of Maggie and Herschel. We got like some animals and stuff. That looks pretty interesting. I think this is at Hilltop still. And then finally, we have one of Colonel Lucia looking at Armstrong. And I believe that's about it. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, so those are the preview images for The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2. Looking fantastic, man. I can't wait. It looks really good. I'm liking the look of it. I love the arenas and the fights and the, the Negan stuff, you know what I mean? All that stuff. I am, and I've said this many times before, I think New Babylon is going to be, like, massive in that first episode. Like, I think they're going to be the main plot. That and then Negan slightly giving over to the Barazi, you know what I mean? I think the episode's going to be a mixture of Maggie and Herschel catching up with them, New Babylon, the arena fights, proving themselves to New Babylon, and then recruiting them to come with to this New York trip, mixed with Negan finally giving in to Croat's BS after a year, and finally, almost bending the knee to him in a weird way, and then turning into the Negan that they want him to turn into, and then Negan will start doing his thing, and I feel like that's where the episode will kind of cut off, is when Negan's doing his thing. He's gonna meet Bruegel, because we know Bruegel's in the first episode, and then something will kind of end to where the episode will end. I feel like the episode is gonna end where it begins, honestly, like when the city gets powered and stuff. I think that opening scene that we saw was a flash forward. I think by the time the episode ends, it'll sync up to the beginning of the episode where the city lights came on. And we're going to see it from Bruegel's perspective this time, and we're going to see Negan is restoring law in New York. That's what I think. Mixed with Maggie's crew being assembled, with New Babylon and them starting their journey to New York. That's what I think. And then episode 2 will be them, entering New York and et cetera, et cetera. That's how I think this is all going to go. I could be wrong, of course, but that's how I envision this going. I don't think Negan and Maggie are going to be meeting up in the first episode. I think it's going to take an episode or two before they find each other again and then fight the Barazi right then and there. Almost like what they did with Daryl and Carol, you know what I mean? Like it took them a couple episodes in season 2 of the Book of Carol to meet up, I think it's going to be the same type of situation here, except I don't think it's going to take as long as the Book of Carol did to have Daryl and Carol reunite. I think these two will probably meet back up in episode 2 or 3. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think we'll have to wait till halfway through the season, but maybe we will. Who knows? So yeah, very excited for it though, man. It looks great. I'm very, very hyped. We will be doing a bunch of videos as we get closer to the weekend for The Walking Dead Dead City. I'm getting ready, man. I'm hyped, and I'm ready to see what they have for us. So if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, guys, make sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.